I am the cartoon killer, the animation sensation. I am Red John. And you are watching #Truth with Scott Larson.
Watch it all fall down around you now. Was it ever really worth it? Having your kingdom crumble to the ground because you never had the courage. Stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up.
NAWA Championship Wrestling returns to the Burke County Fairgrounds on Saturday, March the 25th for NAWA Showdown. Come out and witness the best family-friendly pro wrestling in the area and see the stars of NAWA live and in person. There will be 3 huge main events featuring a Burke County street fight as NAWA Heavyweight Champion Big Donnie defends against Chris Thunder Anderson. Newly crowned NAWA TV Champion, the sensational Dre White will defend against former champion AJ Frost. Will AJ Frost reclaim the TV title after losing it at the Bunkhouse Stampede? Zay Vega will go 1-on-1 with Luke Fury for the first time, and there will be no outside interference allowed. Also, 6-man tag team action. Big Nasty takes on Tony Benj. The NAWA Tag Team Champions, the Allen Brothers, will be facing the Black Society. Cairo Lindsay versus Myrick Moore. Be there at the Burke County Fairgrounds, 145 Boss Road, Morganton, North Carolina, Saturday, March the 25th for NAWA Showdown with 3 huge main events. Doors open at 6 p.m., bell time 7 p.m. Adult tickets are $10, kids 6 to 12 are $5, 5 and under are free. Don't miss NAWA Showdown.
Oh, yeah, NAWA, the Showdown. You don't want to miss that out there at the Burke County Fairgrounds on March 25th. A great sponsor for #Truth NAWA. Hello, everybody, and welcome to #Truth. Tonight we have the one, the only, the king of juke and jive, Mayhem McQueen. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
We haven't started, and they already starting, man. Alexander Polkson, what's up, Scott? What's up, man? How y'all doing? So let's start this show off the way I start off every show when I interview a wrestler. Man, how long have you been into business, and how did you get into business?
I mean, I started training in October of 2021, and the first person that ever took me to this level or where I'm at now, I have to give the most props to is Brian Bullet.
Okay.
E1 taught me every bit of the ropes of every situation, also as well as Walter Sherbert. I mean, aka James, Chris James and Brian Bullet. My bad, as well as Elite 19.
Okay. So every one of them guys had a hand in training you. Of course, you're training still. Every day a wrestler goes to work, they're training. I mean, they should be listening to somebody and trying to get better every day. Now, what started you a professional wrestler? What made you think, man, hey, I could be a professional wrestler?
When I first met my girlfriend, and she told me that her brother wrestled, I was like, you know what? This got to be my opportunity. This has got to be what it has to be. Where I'm from, I didn't know any of promotions until recently when OSCW, because that's the only thing in Charleston now at this point. But it wasn't there when I was wanting to do it. So now I couldn't travel like that to go to Columbia or out here in this situation. So it got rough. So I didn't know what to do. I had no outlet for nothing.
Okay.
Only thing I had was a skateboard, which I'd done that for 20-something years. And I still do as a day.
Okay, so you're a border man. I love that.
Yeah, yes.
I got you. Man, I tried to do an ollie one time, and I almost broke my neck. I was done with the skateboard, dude. That was it.
More.
And this was years ago when I was skinny. I mean, I actually was athletic back then. And I tried to do an ollie. The front of the board came up, and I went that way, and that was it. I was done.
It's all about balancing that body out. That's what helps me now as a day. Like skateboarding took me to wrestling. Period. Like if ands and buts. Like the moves you do for skateboarding is some of the moves you do in wrestling. Drop kicks is not but a kickflip.
There
That's
you
all
go.
it is. It's
There
like
you go.
that's all it comes up with right through my mind. It's physics.
There you go. I love that, man. You took, what you knew and added it to your athleticism in wrestling. And, and I never thought of it that way. It is a kick flip is when you bring the board up, but you're balanced on the board and you flip it up like this and the board flips and you land right back on it, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, I remember a little bit. I had a cousin growing up who loved to skateboard, and he was really good at it. And like I said, I got on the board one time, tried to do whatever. I think it's called an ollie, where
Yeah.
I was done. I flew off of it, landed on my elbows, and that was it. I was done, man.
A lot of people give up like that real quick, but that's how it is.
Brandon Lamb said, "Mr. Mayhem is awesome."
Thank you, my brother. Thank you.
Thomas Scott, there you go. Here's one of the great promoters saying hello, guys. You probably met Thomas. You probably met Mr. Thomas Scott out there at AWL.
I met him there, and he came to APW that night. Actually,
that's right, he did, and I bet he was wearing his Pro Wrestling Union shirt, wasn't he?
Yep. That's a tall, stocky dude, boy.
Good yeah, he's a big boy. Without a doubt, he's a big boy.
That's what your definition of Wheaties.
Right. So you said your girlfriend actually got you into the business, because her brother wrestled. But did you watch wrestling growing up, or was it just something you saw and just went, "Hey, I can do that"?
Most definitely. I mean, my mama didn't like us watching it because my brother, like throughout his high school and middle school career, he wrestled. I followed his same footsteps. He did wrestling and football. Only thing he didn't do is run track, and I did that.
Okay.
But like wrestling has always been a part of my life because of my brother. Like if it wasn't for my brother, I wouldn't know nothing about wrestling. And on top of that, when my mom and dad, like I said before, quite a few times, the other people that I know, like my cousin is Burhead Jones. Like my mama told us so many stories about him, and regardless of what he was doing, like he's a big dude. That's a big dude. Right. Like
oh yeah.
And I'm the runt. I don't know where my height came from besides my mama being so short, but other than that, everybody else is tall. Like, beyond taller than me at this point.
Right. But I mean, you might be shorter in stature, but you're stocky. You're a pretty big boy, though.
I'm 205 pounds.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen you lift a few. We're gonna watch you wrestle a match here in a little while, which is gonna be fun to do. We're gonna watch you wrestle Curtis Robertson here in a little while. A match you had at APW a little while back. So if you guys want to stick around and watch that, we're gonna go over that and every move. Thomas Scott said, "Hello, guys." There we go. Zachariah Cutter said, "How y'all doing tonight? What's up, Zach?"
What's up, nephew?
Thomas Scott said, "And I can still move really good for a big guy." Yeah, he can.
I wouldn't test the limit. I wouldn't try. Ain't no point.
Right? I heard that. I heard that. So, where are some of the places that you wrestle right now? Tell us where you wrestle at, or where you have wrestled at.
I wrestled at AWS, which is in Orangeburg. I wrestled at APW. I wrestled at NAWA, and that's all I wrestled since so far.
Okay.
Oh, no, I lied. I also did his pro wrestling.
His pro wrestling. Okay, there you go. So four companies. That's not bad for you're still kind of green. Don't take that as an offense, but you're in the business yet. Thomas Scott said one of the most violent men in professional wrestling. Eva says, "Mayhem, where Danny? Where's Danny?"
Your sister is not here.
Oh, okay. I got you. So that's the girlfriend's sister. Hello, how you doing?
Yeah.
I got you.
That's one of my little biggest fans right there. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay, there you go. And that's cool, man. So let's go back to when you first started in wrestling, man. You got your first match. Do you remember who your first match was against?
Yes. And it was brutal. And it was against Brian Bullitt.
Okay, it was against Brian Bullitt. Was you nervous coming out when your music hit? You were supposed to come out. Was you nervous?
I had to go to the bathroom 3 times before I even went out. First of all, and then my music hit. I had to go to the bathroom again. I had to wait for a second. I was like, I breathe. It's like, Mark, breathe, just breathe. I was like, I can't. So then I just hurry up and run outside and like did my thing. And then finally the adrenaline started coming down, like, and I started to focus more on the ring. And then as soon as I started doing that, then it got better after a while. Like, I still get nervous every time I go out.
It's like every sport, man. I mean, baseball, basketball, football. Once you get out there and start doing it, the nerves kind of calm down because you focus on your game, you focus on what you're doing, and I can understand that. That makes a lot of sense. How did it feel the first time that you took that stiff punch to the face, man? Because sometimes, some people don't know how to pull back. How did it feel when you got that first stiff punch to the face?
I thought very first stiff punch period,
right,
was probably from Nick Fury.
Nick Fury, okay.
Lord of mercy. This man done brutalized me in multiple matches.
But you learned. That's the way you learn, man. I mean,
that's one thing I can say. Like that right there, wrestling Nick Fury, period. It puts you through your limit, and it pushes you, and you gotta be pushed, or you're not gonna go anywhere. Like it's common sense at that point. You gotta get up and keep fighting. You're not gonna lose a losing fight. There's no point in doing that.
Right, without a doubt. That is true. Eva said, "Yep," about being one of your biggest fans. Thomas Scott said, "I would like to work him a little bit to help. He wants to help train you a little bit, which is always a good thing, man."
I am down with that. Any help, I'll eat and take.
Dax O'Real said, "Hello, Uncle Scott." I don't know about Uncle Scott, but how you doing, Dax? I got enough youngins running around saying I'm daddy. I don't need anybody else calling me uncles and aunts. I got grandkids. I'm almost getting into great grandkids. So, man, that's okay, man. James Roberts, the owner of XCW, one of my great sponsors here, man. James Roberts, what's going on? As soon as I get the new information for the next show for XCW, I will be putting that information up. They're working on the poster right now, so I've been told, and as soon as we get that, we'll definitely get that out. Thank you for being a great sponsor of the show, XCW, Excalibur Championship Wrestling. You definitely want to. Dax said, good, and yourself? I'm doing great, man. I am sitting here with the king of juke and jive. Couldn't be better, man. I've watched some of his matches online. I haven't got to see him in person, at least wrestle. I did talk to him out at AWL. We had a pretty good talk out there at AWL just before the show started. So I got to meet him in person. Great guy, without a doubt. His girlfriend's awesome. So I got to meet both of them face to face. Thomas said, "Oh, by the way, how you doing, Grandpa Scott?" Yeah, okay, guys. All right. Here we go. Somebody, you done started something, Dax. Thank you. James Roberts said you could be an Uncle Daddy Scott. Oh my goodness, man. I love all y'all. I'm just gonna say it that way. I love all y'all. Y'all, thank you for coming and watching Hashtag Truth and having a good time. That's what we do here, man. We have a good time.
Most definitely.
So, for the amount of time, here we go. I tagged with Mayhem once and we lost. Okay.
I don't even know what happened in that match.
I saw a tag team match that you were in, Mayhem. I want to know this. How did it feel to tag with the one and the only Chief J Eagle?
Oh man, Indians with attitude.
Indian with attitude. Okay.
He even gave us a name. Me and Ace Harris. He gave me sharp stick and he called him dull knife, and then called me squatting dog at one bird.
Squatting dog at one bird. That's Jay Eagle, boy. I'll tell you, he might be 70-something years old and ain't got much left in the tank, but man, that guy can still make you laugh. He can still entertain, and he still got some wrestling in him a little bit. I
still call him Pops. Like that's who I call him.
Oh, yeah.
Don't even call him Eagle anymore. I just call him Pops. He would look at me right and answer, "What up?"
Right? Dax said, "No problem. That is my job." Just kidding. Oh, you good, Dax, man. It's good to have a good time. Thomas Scott said, "Yeah, he has a lot of potential. I'd love to work with him to help further his career." There you go.
I am most definitely. I'll eat anything that you give me. I'm more open. I'm willing. I'm wide open. Like,
Right.
I'm a sponge.
Luke Fury said, "Yo, there's a guy I would like. I don't know if you've ever wrestled Luke Fury, but you need to wrestle Luke Fury one time. That would be a good match.
I'll be happy to wrestle nephew.
I'll
be happy to wrestle nephew. That's a little homie right there. I love that little man to death. Like, for the years he's been putting in, and his daddy, he got the daddy's mindset. That man has got the gold. He is already there. He's peaking already at a younger age than most people can peak in their whole life. Like, there's no way.
That's what I'm talking about, without a doubt. Well, we're going to go to a quick commercial right here. This one is going to be of course, it's going to be for Pro Wrestling Union, which is this Saturday. The main event is going to determine an undisputed heavyweight champion out there, and of course the show's called Undisputed. So we'll be right back after this commercial. If you have any questions for Juke and Jive King, put them over here in the comments. If you got to say anything to him, man, put it in the comments, and he will definitely answer it. We'll be right back after this quick sponsorship from Pro Wrestling Union.
On Saturday, March 11th, at Sims Middle School, 2200 Whitmire Highway in Union, South Carolina. Pro Wrestling Union returns as it kicks off 2023 in a huge way as it presents Undisputed. General admission tickets at only $10. All student tickets at $5. It's the best value for great professional wrestling in the upstates. A portion of the proceeds will directly impact the school-wide initiatives of Sims Middle School. You do not want to miss out on this family-friendly, action-packed, professional wrestling excitement. Come check out the stars of Pro Wrestling Union, such as current tag team champions, the Heat Seekers, Black Cat Dion Johnson, Peterbilt, #1 Cam Jackson, and in the main event, Linear Pro Wrestling Union Heavyweight Champion Chase Emery will be facing the interim heavyweight champion, the top dog of the industry, Bebop, in an undisputed heavyweight championship match. Once again, that is Saturday, March 11th at Sims Middle School, 2200 Whitmire Highway. Pro Wrestling Union, Undisputed.
There you go, March 11th, Sims Middle School, Pro Wrestling Union, Undisputed. That's going to be a great show, guys. You don't want to miss that. All right, we are back, and people are lighting up over here, man. Luke Fury said, my dog out here speaking facts. All love.
You already know, Bo. You already know.
Oh, there he is, Sean Duffy. He said a little late, but hello from Fallen, Nevada. My good friends from over in Nevada, California area. Sean's been a avid listener since back when I started 5 years ago, man. I appreciate you, man. You have no idea.
Yes.
Eva said, how? Okay, wait. Oh, she didn't finish it. There she goes. How tall is Mayhem, and why does he look like Kevin Hart? I love the question. A little bit, man.
I'm same height as Kevin Hart, 5'4".
I got you. That's awesome, man. Thomas Scott said, what's up, Sean Duffy? Everybody, they're having conversations between each other. Look at this. Thomas Scott, what's up, Dizzy? It's all good, man. We're all family here at Hashtag Truth. So let me ask you something, man. Of all the places that you wrestled, what is the one guy that you would say is your enemy at this point? Who is the big enemy for Mayhem McQueen right now?
Brian Bullitt.
Brian Bullitt. Okay. Are you still a champion?
Nope.
Oh, you lost your champion. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, brother. I know you was the Carolina champion. Who took the Carolina championship from you?
Brian Bullitt.
I should have known that answer, right? That is great.
Them dates are numbered, though.
Okay, I got you. So do you have a rematch scheduled, or are you working on a rematch with APW?
Oh, yeah, that's in the works right now. Like,
okay,
whatever they want to pull in and put out, just know this Juke and Jive King is ready to jive on some ass.
Okay, I got you. So what do you think about the new ownership out at APW and how everything's going out there, man? Speak a little bit on that, because you see it firsthand now.
I seen him from
I
both
haven't been
sides.
out there yet, so I haven't seen it yet.
From point A to point B. Point B is rising to the top like it ain't nothing. Like
Okay.
it's like from when I first started, from having 50 to 60 people in a crowd to coming out and see almost hundreds, the 150, the
There
double
you
and triple
go.
out every week almost. It's a whole
That's
different
when you
ball
know you got
game.
something going, right? That's when you know you got something going.
Yeah, so I was
I
like,
love to hear that.
it's like it's
I'm
moving and good.
supposed to know how old are you?
I'll be 34 in December.
Okay, so you're not a young buck. You started a little late, but that's
Yeah.
cool. But you're getting there. I like that. Now, do you have aspirations of moving up and going to the big shows, the AEWs and WWEs, if you get that high?
If my body allowed me to do it, I'm going to do it. Just like I told my mom many years ago, I was like, if I can still be able to skate and walk, I'm gonna be able to skateboard and wrestle all day.
There
That's
you
all
go. I
day.
mean, skateboarding is, I mean, unless you're, one of them guys who are, got to have the helmet, got to have the elbow and knee pads and all that good stuff. You took some damage. I mean, you fell a couple of times. There's no
Yeah,
doubt.
yeah, but I mean, that's one thing. You get up, it's always a limit. If you like, when I first broke any bone in my body from skateboarding, it was my hand. I still skated till 8 more hours after that until I went to the hospital because I knew it was starting to get in pain. I was like, yeah, the adrenaline starting to run off. It should have run off like
Wow.
30 minutes, but it ran off 8 hours. I was like, yeah, I gotta go. I couldn't skate no more. Like I was too scared to do anything else after that point.
Thomas Scott said, "You seem like a good dude." He said, "Set your sights higher." He goes, "Go for the moon," is what he's telling you, man.
Oh, most definitely. I mean, I'm not gonna stop until I get where I need to be. That's one thing I'll never give up. Never give up. Like John Cena said, nah, but I'm like that's my real life. I will never give up.
Eva said he's really good at skateboarding, and she put that all in caps like she's screaming it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I do. Like, I got some stuff on YouTube from me back in 2015 and 2012. So all throughout that time, I mean, I still got it in me. Don't think you don't. If any skateboarder has a wrestler, don't think y'all can beat me no game and skate. It's on. It's on like dunk count at that point.
Right, without a doubt, man. Ben Wolf, See No Evil Wrestling said, "How you doing, gentlemen?
I'm
How's it
doing
going?"
good. How you doing? How you doing?
Right, Ben. I will be showing your poster here shortly, sir. They're having a death match and a lot of other matches coming up on March 18th. See No Evil Wrestling. So you definitely want to check that out. While we're talking, I'll just throw it up there. Why not? Since I'm already there, I've already did the queue. Why not? Let's just go ahead, and he's a great sponsor. So here it is right here. See No Evil Death Match, Long Shoals Community Center, 3256 Long Shoals Road in Lincolnton, North Carolina, March 18th. $10 will get you through the door. Lazarus Black, Raven Havoc, and Will Bannon will all be in a death match. I had Lazarus Black and Will Bannon on hashtag Truth. Raven had some family things he had to do, so I can understand that. He didn't make it to the show, but it was a great show. If you haven't seen it, go back and check it out. Doors open at 3 p.m. Show starts at 4. You don't want to miss it. This and many other great action out there in Lincolnton. So what do you think of death matches? Have you ever been in a death match or a really good hardcore match yet?
I've been in a real hardcore match, but I ain't never been in no death match. I am not trying to look like New Jack. God rest in peace, my brother, man. I'm not trying to look like that. That's beyond my limit. I'll give it all to last. You can have that. Never in my life.
I'm gonna tell you. Until I interviewed Lazarus and Will and got to talking about it, and we went over a match that Havoc was in, and I started watching, and they started explaining it to me. Because you don't know until you start talking to people who really do those type matches, why they do it, and everything, and then AEW had a death match on their pay-per-view the other night. Hangman Adam Page and John Moxley had one, and it was a decent match. I'll tell you, that was my match of the night. I ain't gonna lie. I enjoyed watching it. And after that interview, now that I understood where it came from, it was a fun match to watch.
I mean, I'll watch it, but I surely not will put myself in it. Can't do it.
Thomas Scott said, "I have been in both. They both suck." There you go.
There ain't no lie. I mean,
go ahead.
Like one of the hardcore matches I did have was against Chris James for the 24/7 hardcore title, and Tyler Storm came with a stop sign out of nowhere, clocked me. I couldn't speak for 2 days. I even I even peed a little bit in my trunk in my tights.
Wow, that was a hit then.
I was like, he got me good. He, like, I couldn't speak for 2 days. I looked like literally lost all my voice, like, period. I was like,
wow.
Wow. It's never happened to me in my life. I was like, I was expecting the stop sign not to hurt as bad, but that's one. No.
Thomas Scott, I would beg to differ on that. We will definitely have a conversation on that. There is some psychology in a death match. I did watch. There is you can still tell a story inside of a death match, and you can do it. I've seen some matches where they have told a great story inside of a death match. So I would disagree with you, sir. Respectfully disagree with you. You got 20 years plus on me in wrestling, so I have to say respectfully. But that was the best 2 days of my life, said Eva. Okay. What was the best 2 days of her life? I'm
me not talking.
Oh, I got you.
All right.
Hey,
You got me.
that was a good one. Oh man. Now, Thomas, I'll send you a couple of matches, man, where they were actually wrestling during the death matches. There's a lot of, if you do it right, like Lazarus said in his interview, you come in, you wrestle, you build up to the violence. It's not just go in and start. I mean, there are matches where you have come in and it's just violence, but you go in and you wrestle and you build to the violence. You know what I'm saying?
It's just like a hardcore match. You ain't going to just go grab a weapon right off the rip.
He said when they were doing extreme hardcore, not death match. Well, they were calling it death matches, so I don't know. I'm really not up to snuff with death matches, but from what I was being told, you build up to it, and those matches I like. If you want to call it hardcore, that's cool. Either way, it's pretty cool. But let's get back to Mr. Mayhem. Who is that one wrestler out there that you've seen in our industry that you'd like to wrestle that you haven't wrestled yet?
Oof. That's like that list can go for days.
Okay.
The top one, it would be like,
yeah. Give me your top guy.
Between Zay Vega.
Oh, that would be a good match. I'd like to see that.
And I mean, I want to go for the top. If I got to go to the top, I got to beat the biggest dudes. So I got to go for Antonio Morgan.
Okay, there you go. Ron Emerson Jr. said, "What's up, y'all?" Ron Emerson Jr. of the Wrestling Wire. You want to check him out Thursday nights and Sunday nights. Look on his channel for times. He changes them sometimes. Most of the times around 8 o'clock, I believe, Ron, but he does change his times. But it's a great show. You want to go check him out. He talks everything from AEW, NWA, WWE, Indies, the whole 9 yards. And, of course, he's part of King Enterprises, which always makes things interesting.
What's up, brother?
Ben Wolf said, have you worked shows before Mayhem? I think he was asking the same thing I was. How many shows have you worked? Where have you worked? So
I worked at APW. I worked there almost, still going strong, almost a year and a half now.
Right.
NAWA, his Pro Wrestling, and AWS.
And AWS. There you go. Brandon, these guys are coming in late, so they might ask the same questions. The one with the hashtag truth Apple Watch face is here. Yes. As a matter of fact, this is Brandon Lefford. Look what this guy did, man. He made me cry. I ain't going to lie to you. This man put my show on his watch. Check that out. That
is dope.
Totally cool. That is a fan right there. I appreciate it. I literally had tears when he put that picture up on Facebook, bro. I appreciate it, man. That much love, man.
That is dope.
It is. I never even thought of that. I was thinking about making hats and some T-shirts and that. And this guy comes out with an Apple Watch with my logo on it, man. It was like, wow, that's great. That's some good stuff.
You got definitely that's one to hold on to.
Alexander Polk said, how long you been in the business? Like I said, you coming in late.
It's about a year and a half, almost a year and a half.
That's not. I mean, you're still green, so you're still learning a lot, but you're doing pretty well for yourself. You've won a couple of championships. I mean, you're doing well. Oh hell, I will wrestle him. I've already beat Zay. Oh man, look at that, man.
I was trying to escape you.
Yeah, you don't want to have him too much, man. Well, speaking of wrestling, I'll tell you what, we're 30 minutes in, we're halfway through the show. Brandon said I had someone make that for me. I have an app called Clockology, and they make all kinds of watch faces. I put in that request, and someone did it for me. Well, I appreciate it, Brandon. You know, that much love, dude. That's all I can say. Much love. Man. There's nothing better than seeing somebody else put their logo on your shirt, man, or hat or watch or whatever they do, man.
That's an inspiring moment.
That's a pure fan for you, man. That is awesome, and much love, man. So we're 30 minutes in. Like I said, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna watch Mr. Mayhem McQueen, the Juke and Jive King. We're gonna watch him in a match from American Pro Wrestling. Let me get it up here. There we go. The match starts off, of course, I can't play the music for copyright, infringement. So I skipped a little ahead. And these guys are doing the, good guy gets up on the ring and gets the cheer. Bad guy gets up and gets the boo. And this is where the match actually starts. So here we go. There's no sound, so we can talk through the match and do a little bit of announcing ourselves. But you're about to go up and get the last cheer, and I think he's had enough. And there goes the start of the match.
And I give him this. Curtis Robertson do have one of the meanest forearm strikes to the back or wherever he landed. It does hurt.
He's got you in the corner. He's arguing with the ref. The ref's trying to get him out of the corner. Oh, big slap to the chest. That had to hurt.
Yes.
So right now you're taking a small beating.
Yes, a lot of good heat.
He's leaning down on a chokehold right now, trying to get you to submit. I don't think I've ever seen anybody submit from this, but it will wear you down. It'll take the oxygen out of you.
Yes, most definitely yes.
So right now he's got the upper hand. He's going up. What is he doing? Oh, he's going to play to the crowd. Okay, got you back up to your feet. Now, you are smaller than him. You already stated that you're a shorter guy. But like I said, look, you're not small for short. You know what I'm saying? You're not a cruiserweight, if I would.
Yeah, I'm not a typical, heavyweight and not a typical cruiserweight. It's should be one right between there.
Yeah.
Can't be light
A
heavyweight.
near fall, 2 count. Now, who's that outside the ring out there, and who is he out there for?
That's Brian Bullitt.
Okay. Is he in your corner or the enemy's corner?
Definitely the enemy's corner at this point.
Okay. So he's in Curtis's corner.
Yep. Guiding him through.
All right. Here comes the big hip toss. Oh!
And Curtis is not no small dude. He's about 250 to 260.
Another near fall. These guys are going back and forth. Everybody quit talking, man. If you still got comments and questions, we can hear. We can still talk. I'm not playing the sound at the match, so you can still comment while you're watching the match if you want to. Oh, you just took a punch from oh, man.
Bullet, yeah.
Yeah, Bullet just gave you a right hand to put you back in the ring. Now the referee finally sees it.
Yeah, always 30 seconds to a minute late every time.
Right. Brandon Ledford said, not a bad idea for hashtag true stickers. I do have hashtag true stickers. I just haven't brought them out. Missy Childers made me a bunch of hashtag true stickers, so I do have them. I was just waiting to get a large merch, a large thing of merch so I can make a merch table to put it out there. But speaking of merch, Mr. McQueen, do you have any merch that you're going to be selling soon, or do you sell any now?
That's in the works right now.
Okay.
That's heavy in the works at this point.
All right. No problem. let us know when you get some, man. I'll help you get the word out there. Oh, rolled him around. Uh-oh. That's a big boy to be holding, too. Oh, you couldn't hold him. He's too big. Got that momentum going. He's got you down, though. Okay.
That took a lot of weight out of me, too. Like, a lot of air.
Eva said, Brian Bullet is my ugly Oompa Loompa looking brother. Okay, I got you. Suplex right there. He still hasn't got you down for the 3 count, though. He's working on you, though.
I'm like Rocky Balboa. You got to put a beating on me.
Beating. I'll say that much. You're taking a beating in this match.
I'll take a beating. I also can give him.
Alex said he wants some hashtag true stickers, and Brandon said I want 1 or 2, depending on how big they are. They're not very big. They're small, but they look really nice. It's got my not my updated emblem, but my older emblem. But they still look really nice. I'll bring them next time I come out to a show, Brandon, out there at HWA. I'll bring my stickers out there and give a few out. Uh-oh, getting back to your feet. Uh-oh, you're gonna go outside.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's 2 bodies out there. Watch out.
I'm pretty
sure Bullet. Oh, there you go. Got him back in the ring. Oh, pulled you right into the ring corner.
So getting ready to go reach for his head. He's like, he got me. You got me.
Sneaky veteran.
Yep.
Awesome, said Brandon. Thank you very much. I want to tell him thank you for being respectful to me whenever I met him.
Oh, most definitely. That's my thing. I respect anybody who gives me respect off the rip. That's how I do things, and that's how I'm raised. Like, my mom and daddy 76 and 75 years old, so I know how it is.
Tell me about your mom. Tell me a little bit about your mom and dad and how you were raised, man. You were telling me a little bit about that at HWA, and I mean, we've all had hard times, but some people have it a little bit harder than others. So tell us your story while we're watching the rest of the match.
Well, I'm originally from North Tarrytown, New York. I mean, I was raised in a one-bedroom apartment with 5 of us in there. There's 3 brothers. I have another brother also as well. It's my half brother that lives in New York as well right now as we speak. We were raised almost nearly dirt poor. My mama worked for almost nearly the very first Hilton hotel that hit New York.
Okay.
And a lot of times, like, she used to have to bring us to work because our babysitter wasn't feeling good, or if something happened, or we would go to the babysitters, and like, my dad was working 2 jobs. It's already struggle as it is. And then my grandma took sick in 1996 and 95. Then we moved from New York straight to the woods in Moncks Corner, South Carolina. That's where Bernadette Jones is from, actually, by the way. Like, I went from going to seeing Rucker Park basketball goals and skate parks and everything possible to seeing straight goats, chickens, hogs.
Hey, I come from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I moved down to Chesney, South Carolina. So I understand, brother. I understand that perfectly. You went from concrete to grass and woods real quick.
And it was horrible. Because, like, literally everything we had to do food-wise, we had to go and get it. Like,
once you get used to it, though, it's not so horrible. Once you get used to it.
Nah, that made me a better man today.
He missed. You ducked under.
If it wasn't for my grandma, it wouldn't be me. Like, it wouldn't be me right now where I'm at.
What do you call that move? I think it's over.
It's SOD. It's
the SOD. 1, 2, 3, and you get the win. Nice, very nice. You took most of the. You took. I can speak. Really, I can. English is my first language. I promise everybody. Tonight it's just difficult for some reason. You took a beating through most of that match, but you ended it well, sir. That was a really good match.
That's a Rocky Balboa moment.
Right? Without a doubt. That was a great match, sir. And again, you being small in stature, man, you got some power. You got a little bit of speed. I saw some speed moves in there, and it was a delight to watch. Thomas Scott said 33. Brian Bullet is my son. There's Miss Bullet. Okay. For real. Brian Bullitt is my son, and he is number one all the time. And as for King Enterprise, they suck.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Thank you, Miss Sheila, for showing up on Hashtag Truth. I appreciate that, ma'am. That was great. Thomas Scott said, I started wrestling 3 years before he was born. Oh, my goodness.
It's Jesus.
Thomas, you were wrestling in stone rings, weren't you? I got you. English is my first language, then my second is a little Klingon. I ain't going to do my Klingon. I'd run everybody up out of here. Have a good night, y'all. Alex said have a good night. Get up early and start the first job. Hey, congratulations if it's your first job. Awesome. And Sheila said that's right. All right. Thomas Scott said it felt like it. It felt like he wrestled in stone rings and stuff like that, without a doubt. So, Mr. McQueen, where do you see yourself in 5 years, sir? Where do you see yourself in wrestling in 5 years?
Hopefully gone in the WWE so I can show love back to Spartanburg and back to my hometown, like both hometowns, New York and in South Carolina. Because that's the number one thing I'm going to do. As soon as I make enough, if I can get out there and get myself in there, what I'm going to do is have my own promotion, at least in my hometown. So at least every month or once a month or 2 times a month, they can have something for an outlet for kids out there. Because there's really nothing for kids out there to do. Like nothing, absolutely nothing. So even
even if you don't get to WWE in that, even to do something like that, as long as you have the money, you build up the money, and you know how I preach on Hashtag Truth. As long as you had the money to pay the wrestlers, you got a safe place for them to work, a great place for the fans to come and put good posters out and do it everything the right way, man. I hope you get that, man. I hope that dream comes true, especially like you said, you're giving back to the children. That's cool, man. I appreciate that.
And like about my story anyways, like my mom and dad taught us one thing in life. Only way you're gonna get somewhere if you go out there and do it yourself. And nobody can hold your hand and do it. Nobody can guide your hands and do it. You gotta be a man, like my mom would say, you gotta man up and shut up and get things done. Or you're gonna be stuck. You're gonna be stuck where you're at. And that relates to what my story is. Like I've been to prison twice. Multiple county jails for the dumbest things I should know better not to do. And like my mom used to preach and preach and preach to the blue in her face, and I never listened because I was so hard headed. I thought I knew.
I gotta say something. I don't mean to interrupt you, but isn't it funny how if you have a mom and dad who's church going Christian folks, I mean, they go to church every Wednesday, every Sunday, their children are some of the worst children in the world. I don't know why that is. Why is that? And then at a certain point, they have a come to Jesus moment, and then they come back to God. What? Explain why that is, Mayhem.
I mean, in my household, every Saturday morning, there is either Aretha Franklin playing or some type of old school gospel going on, like, and it's not going to stop until midnight.
Right. So, you was telling me that your parents are in their 70s or whatever, and they still get a little bit. They still play that music. Your mama plays that music and dances around with your niece or whatever you were saying, my cleaning the house and dancing around. See, I love that. I love to hear stories like that.
Like my mama, like every Saturday, even still today, I give her the most blessing and most everything in my life is through her. So like, if it like the dancing, all the juke and jive, I get all that from my mom and daddy because it was like literally old school music till now. Even my mama literally raised me on Prince, Purple Rain. That's how we used to, all 3 of our sons.
Now that's kind of weird that Prince was played in your house if your mom and daddy was Christian, because Prince was far from Christian.
Yeah, my mama got a little dirty.
but okay, I got you. At least you're being honest about it. But yeah, I mean, I was raised on all kinds of music, man. I mean, my parents listened to the Grand Ole Opry, country music. My sister listened to Kiss and rock and roll and 70s and 80s music. So I grew up with everything around me, man. I to this day, I listen to everything. I listen from classical to rap to rock to gospel to pop. If the music is good, if the beat is good, I'm gonna listen to it.
That's where you get the juke and jive at.
That's what I'm saying. There you go. See, that's it. And you're robbing yourself if you only listen to one style of music. I'm just going to say that. And if you get mad at me, you get mad at me. If you listen to only one style of music your whole life, you're robbing yourself. I'm just telling you.
Most definitely. Like, my brother plays in a hardcore band. Like, and nobody would see that. Like, my brother does play in a hardcore band. He actually goes on tour. He comes
Now,
to here.
Does he play in the screaming hardcore band, like the rah, 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 rah? Okay, I got you.
He's actually the lead guitarist, and also he does the screaming too himself when it's necessary. When there's a backup, backup singers, how they do it.
I got you. Man, there's a lot of people talking. Thank you guys, everyone, for coming on the show tonight, man. Thomas Scott says he said, I really like this kid. He said his dad was a preacher. See that it just proves my point, Thomas. You just proved my point, sir. Sheila said, I know, right? See, everybody's agreeing. Why is it that the Christian people's kids are the worst? I don't know why that, but then eventually they have a come back to Jesus moment. I did. I'm not gonna lie. I did. So
I did too. Like, my mama, like, when I got out of jail in 2019, my very last time, I made it known. I was like, Ma, you were right. I can't sit there and bear the argument no more. This is killing me more than anything. I should have just listened. I should have listened.
Brandon Leverett said, yeehaw. Now, come on, man. There's some great country music out there that's good. And I don't care who you are. Yeah,
Chris Stapleton.
There you go. See? Justin said, I'll say this, Mayhem McQeen. Wow, that's a mouthful right there, but it's a good name. Is one of those guys who loves his brothers, man. He'll love and die for you. He's been in my corner since day one, and I always have his back. There you go.
That's my brother. I love you, man.
Justin's going to be on the show pretty soon, man. Next week, I believe. So
that's a coming right there. He that took a long way, but he's a real good. That man got an earpiece and he got this. He definitely got that.
But he's got to learn to win hair matches. I'm just saying. He's got to learn to win those hair matches.
I love him, man. I love him to death.
We're going to be talking about that without a doubt. Thomas said, I know a little bit of something about music. We all do, man. I'm telling you, you can't grow up in the United States of America without listening to some kind of music. Where you go, there's music in church. There's music no matter where you go, bars, if you're good or bad, you're going to hear music. You can't live in this country without hearing music. You can't go in a car without turning on a radio and hearing music. You can't. There's nowhere you can go. You go to the most boringest building, and guess what you're going to hear if you go in the elevator?
Music.
So there you go. You're always going to hear it. Sheila said, I love all kinds of music too, but not so much on rap. Sheila, listen, I'm going to tell you something. Go to YouTube and put in Tom McDonald, and you might change your mind about the rap game. He's a white rapper. He's a white rapper who raps about politics. He might change your mind about that. I'm just saying.
Tom McDowell is one of them dudes. I give him none.
Oh, I love his stuff, man. He even put out a pop song, which I thought he would never do. Caleb Crocker, there he is. Mayhem McQueen, it's the man.
I love him, man. Caleb is one of the, I don't care, he's one of the top 5 in my handbook right now.
Top 5 heels in the business, especially when he plays his heel. Oh, my goodness. He is awesome. He loves to be hated. Let's just put it that way.
And that hair, so beautiful.
There you go. Yeah. Oh, did you see? You got to go on his page and look. He put like a through the years montage on his page when he had short hair too and young and all. You got to go back and check that out. It's a pretty good thing, man.
Got to look at that.
Brandon Leffert said Luke Combs, Blake Shelton, Alan Jackson, George Strait, Alabama, all great country artists, man, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Thomas Scott said I own a karaoke company, and that he does. And one of these days I'm going to come out and karaoke because I love doing me some Garth Brooks. I ain't going to lie to nobody.
You put some Temptations on and some Chuck Berry, you good as gold.
Yeah, I used to go to APW. I've sang out at APW a couple of times when they had their guy out there. It was fun. I ain't gonna lie. Sheila said, "Yeah, Eva be killing me," and Eva said, "Yep, I kill her." And Thomas said, "You've heard me sing." Yes, I have. Thomas has got a great voice. Brandon Leffert said, Scott, do it. No, I'm not going to do no Garth Brooks. Not without the music and all that, but I will. I will sing in a heartbeat, though. I ain't going to lie. I ain't scared to sing in front of nobody. I love me some Garth Brooks now. But, yeah.
I know I can't sing, so I don't care. But at the end of the day, I will sing my heart and soul out. I don't care where I'm at.
Right. We better steer this thing back to wrestling before everybody starts to get kind of upset. But what is your favorite move to do in the wrestling ring? What was the easiest thing for you to learn, and what is the most fun for you to do in wrestling?
I could say the combination of doing the natural selection and my SOD, because I feel like it's new. It's not so innovative, but it's so effective.
It's effective, and not a lot of people are doing it. At least not for a finishing move and stuff like that. So it's awesome, man. I love it. What was the first move you learned in a wrestling ring, other than, of course, to hook up? And what is the first actual wrestling move you learned?
You want to be honest?
Yeah.
It was a Canadian destroyer, actually.
You started off with a Canadian destroyer?
I still got videos of that.
Wow.
Most definitely. That was one of the first moves, like literally before I even start doing punches. That's one of the first moves I could do, because I was just wanted to see if I could do it. Actually, that's what plundered my mind, because I was like, I know I can do it. I just want to see if my body will let me do it. And ever since then, I could do it, but I just don't do it.
Okay, I got you. I mean, that's kind of weird. Again, I would have thought, and again, I'm just a fan, so I can't say you're wrong. But to me, learning how to punch and stuff like that would come first, wouldn't it? For most people.
Yeah, I just wanted to see if I could do it, though. That's only one of the first moves. I knew I could throw a punch, because I boxed for 17 years, so I know how to do that. I know how to draw my hand back.
Okay.
I know how to kick. I know how to do all that. I was like, but my very official move, I was like, I want to do a Canadian destroyer.
And I'll give you a compliment with the match that we watched, and you know how to sell, and that is very important. That is for a fan, for me. What I can't stand is watching a wrestling match and somebody get a DDT or like you said, a Canadian destroyer or something, and then they get right back up.
I don't I'll sell all day.
Are you kidding me? If you take a move on top of your head with all your weight and you get right back up, sold the crap out of that. You know what I'm saying?
And my thing is, and nobody in this business can't say that I wrestled, can't say I never sold for them.
Right, and I see that. I've watched like 5 or 6 of your matches. Like I said, I haven't seen you in person wrestle. I've met you in person, but I haven't seen you in person to wrestle. And I can't wait till I get back to the APW, man. I've heard nothing but good things about things that are going on back there, and I can't wait to get back there and see. Brandon Leffert said Garth is one of my favorites too. Got a bunch on my iPhone. Yes, I've loved Garth Brooks since his first album. I ain't gonna lie to you. Carolina Wrestling Network said, can't wait to finally get to cover one of Mayhem's matches.
Whoa.
Very good.
I'm ready when you're ready.
There you go. Sheila said, you better change it because it did not work on the bullet. Uh-oh.
Mama.
You know what it seems like, Mr. McQueen, Mr. Juke and Jive King. You know what it sounds like? I think Sheila's trying to pick a fight for her son. That's what it sounds like to me.
It is. But I mean, like I said, I'm a Juke and Jive all over him.
Okay.
It's time. His days are numbered.
I mean, you are one from what I saw in this match. He came out and he gave you a right hand right away. So he's done some things to you. I can see that.
Yeah, he definitely did. You gotta watch out for that right hand, period. That man got a clobber. I give him that.
Thomas Scott said Bullet used to be his partner years ago. Was that before or after they invented the wheel, Thomas? just say it. I love Thomas. Oh, there we go. Danielle said Mayhem's got this.
That's right, baby. Tell him.
So this is the girlfriend.
That's Miss Wifey.
Okay, the wifey. Okay. Brandon Ledford said, I'd get straight back up, be wobbly all over for a few seconds and do a Ric Flair flop. Now, there's not a lot of people, Brandon Ledford, that can pull that off and make it look good.
I think
and
I
make
could.
it look good. That takes a little work, though. It really does take a little work.
I think I could if I actually study that, like maybe 2-3 times. I think I could do it with no problem. Because I got
love to
different ways
see
of
it.
selling than most people. Period. Anyway.
I would love to see that because not a lot of people can do it right. I've seen a lot of people do it, but there's only a few I've seen that actually did it right. Thomas Scott said, "I don't know what are you around? What I don't know what are you around before or after they invented the donut? I invented, sir. I am the donut. I ain't gonna lie to nobody. We're having fun on hashtag Truth. We got about 5 minutes left. Eva said, and I'm the little sister of Danielle. Okay, I got you. And you're the little sister. Okay.
She's gonna be the next one to get in this ring sooner or later. She already taking bumps.
Okay. There you go. Oh, Miss Sheila said she needs to set down. She knows the Bullet is the man. Now the women are getting into it. I don't want to start a cat fight on hashtag Truth. I don't want to see it, ladies. I don't want to see it. I believe both of you. I
ain't arguing with Mama Dukes. Nope.
I ain't arguing with any of them. Sir, if you learn one thing, if I teach you anything on hashtag Truth, don't argue with the woman. Don't argue with her. She's always right. She's even when she's wrong, she's right, bro. Don't argue with her.
That's why I'm in hush mode real quick.
There you go. That very good. Somebody has trained you well, sir.
It's called Elizabeth McQueen.
He said, "Tell him to give me a shout later."
Oh, most definitely I will.
As Homer Simpson.
Donut.
Yeah, baby. You know it. You have a good night too, Thomas, without a doubt. Brother.
You're trying to die? I ain't even saying you better stop. You gonna die today. You in the same house. You was about to die. I'm not even saying nothing.
All I'm gonna say, Juke and Jive King, is if Mama comes over, run. That's all I'm gonna say to you. Run.
I'm going underneath the trailer.
just run. That's all I'm saying. Sheila said, "You know that's right." James Kiefer, how you doing? Welcome to hashtag Truth. We're having a lot of fun with a lot of the people here on hashtag Truth and Mr. Mayhem McQueen here, the king of the Juke and Jive. Telling us about his story, and he's got a couple of women on here. His wife, the mom,
little sister,
Miss Sheila's on here, who is the mama of Bullet, and she's on, and they're all having a good time, man. Sheila said, "I got her."
See?
She didn't do nothing. Okay, I got you.
Hush, you gonna die. You in the same house. You gonna die. Chill out.
Yeah, I ain't gonna do that. All right, man. Let me ask you a couple more questions before we get off of here, man. The one question I love to ask everybody, I know you've only been in the business for a year and a half, but if the Mayhem McQueen of right now could tell the Mayhem McQueen who first started wrestling, give him some instructions, what would you tell him?
Listen.
You know, that seems to be the answer from every wrestler I ask. But it's true, though. It comes down to listening, man. It really does.
and it sucks. It sucks to say because like a lot of people my main thing was like when I first came in, I was so paranoid about doing anything, even though I know I could do most of the things, but pushing me, and then I lose my control of my mindset, and then I get all upset because I'm trying to figure out what I can and can't do, and I don't want to hurt myself or put myself through a ringer.
Right.
But then at the end of the day, I was like, if I just listen, like I tell myself back then, now, if you just listen and shut up and actually take control of what you're saying in your mind instead of saying out loud, you could have done this already. You could have been done it.
Brandon said, got the whole family on here tonight. Awesome. Yes, and it is very awesome. I appreciate everyone coming on. Miss Sheila said, good night. Ma'am, you have a great night, and thank you for coming on hashtag Truth. And I'll tell you what, Miss Sheila, why don't you ask Mr. Bullet if he'll come on hashtag Truth? Tell him to hit me up. I'd love to have him on the show.
Good night, Mama.
There you go. That's well played, sir. Well played. Well played.
See you soon. I ain't trying to get beat up. She got mean right hooks too.
Well played, man. I'm telling you. So, which do you enjoy playing better, man? This could be the last question of the night because our hour is up. But what do you like playing better, heel or baby?
I have been a heel one time. Well, like 3-4 months. And also been a baby. I mean, baby, I love baby being a baby because simple fact, in real life, I'm a heel. In general reality, I'm a heel. But when it comes to that ring, I look at perspective of different things. I look at all the kids that look up to me because, to be honest, I'm a living testimony of itself. Like, I made it through the rough and through the rough. If I can do it, everybody in this world can do it. I don't care what nobody said. Like, the trouble I have went through, they can do it.
Exactly.
Like, and I really practice what I preach because, like, that's one thing my mama made us do is practice what you preach. Don't lie to nobody. Ain't no point doing that. So
there you go.
That's number one. That's number one right there.
Without a doubt. Jamie Purge said, Juke and Jive King, I love you, bro. Jamie, I want to get you on hashtag, man. Hit me up. I'm going to set a date for you, bro. If I haven't done it already, I can't remember. But I know I want you on the show. A lot of people have told me a lot of good things about you.
Hey, that man is something serious.
I have heard. Brandon Ledford said, fixing to eat me some chocolate peanut butter ice cream and watch AEW Dynamite. That sounds like somebody who just lost his girlfriend, man. I just said it. But I got you, brother. You enjoy that chocolate peanut butter ice cream and AEW Dynamite, and you have a good night. He said good night, everybody. You have a great night,
brother.
That man put my logo on his watch. I can't say anything bad about him. So
that is more love than get. Love you too, brother.
Right. Jamie said, yes, sir. Love you too. There you go. So we're going to go ahead, man. I'm going to give you the next 30 seconds. Thank the people who have, got you into the business. Tell everybody who Mayhem McQueen is. I'm just basically going to let you do your own promo for the next 30 seconds, bro. It's all you.
Let me go ahead and thank everybody who actually helped me along this way, which is Mama Sheila, my mama, Elizabeth McQueen, my daddy, Benjamin McQueen, my girlfriend, Danielle. That's number one priority right there. My daughter, number one big supporters. My brothers, my brothers, regardless, number one on the top list. But my fans and friends and family, especially the ones I know and talk to on a daily basis, like my cousin Bam Bam, you know what I'm talking about.
Right.
Y'all want to keep me where I'm at right now, so I got to give you the most utmost respect in anything in the world. Y'all want to got me out of trouble and tell me, hey, Mark, it's about time you get out of here and do something different with your life because you're not going nowhere with that. So I took the advice and moved. I can't help you. I can't even say more thank you than ever in my life ever. If I can come out of my pocket literally with money and just to flood y'all, I would do that in a heartbeat.
There you go, man. I love that. And we're going to end it with my phrase. Do you know my phrase at the end of my show, sir?
I always miss it every time. Though,
and that is
hashtag truth.
There you go. We'll see you guys next Monday night, unless we have a special that's coming up. So you guys, wrestlers, managers, referees, if you're in the business, owner, promoter, if you want to be on hashtag truth, hit me up and I'll set you up with a scheduled date. I'm going to go ahead and put this up because, guys, I need subscribers on YouTube. If you have not subscribed on YouTube, please go subscribe on YouTube, hit the bell for notifications, man. I love each and every one of you, and that is the hashtag truth.